All right, Shalom. This is Makazar from ClothedInDoctrine&Truth. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai. And give double honors to the apostles of greatness who do rule well. Salutation to the men of the hopeful and saints elect. This is a brother, well, as I just said, Makazar from ClothedInDoctrine&Truth. All right, and real quick, I just want to go into a little lesson here. And the name of the lesson is Stop the Excuses. All right, because usually especially when people now coming into this truth, and for some strange reason, even a few years into the truth, they have that same mentality where they want to be half in the world and half in the truth at the same time. And the Lord said, is either you're hot or you're cold. And meaning half in the truth and half in the world, they believe in the truth, they do changes for the truth, but they don't want to do the full change. They don't want to go the full distance. They want to hold on to certain things of the world, certain dress codes, certain things they did, certain places they hung out, certain things they ate. And it will always be an excuse. They will say, well, I grew up in the world for so many years, so then it will be so hard for me to just change everything at one point, at one time, just like that, just drop it. Well, guess what? The scripture says, when you come to serve him, seek him 10 times more. So you went far away from the Lord, and the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, now brought you back. So then, therefore, show that zeal in wanting to cast off all works of darkness for the Lord. All right? You might come in with a wrath, and you want to hold on to that wrath because you cherished it for so long, and then, you think it hard to just cut it off. So then you might start to look for justifications, or probably just have long braided hair. And you would hold on to those things, and you just kind of cut it just like that, give you time. Guess what? If you believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, nothing should be hard for you to do. Paul said, I count all things dung and loss that I might win the excellency of Mashiach. All right? This is Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 15. For we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities. As it said, it behoved him to be made like unto his brethren, and took not on the nature of angels, but of the seed of Abraham. So he came in the flesh. Yahweh Shai came in the flesh. All right? For we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted, like as we are, yet without sin. So what is your excuse? Yahweh Shai did it. You will say, well, that's the Son of the Most High. Guess what? He came in sinful flesh, and he did it. So if he did it, then we more than able to do it too. But guess what? We say, well, the flesh weak, and we in this kingdom, and east. No, guess what? Stop making those excuses. You making excuses. You don't even know how the Lord looking at you making those excuses and not making the effort. You basically, the effort that you putting in, that you satisfied with, you saying that the Lord supposed to be satisfied with your mediocre effort. That is what you saying. You're not saying that you have to bend to the Lord's will. You saying the Lord had to bend to your will and be satisfied with whatever you able to give. This is what you saying. Without words. Your actions, that is what your actions saying. Use your actions saying that the Lord have to be satisfied with whatever you able to give him. And that is not satisfactory. You're seeking 10 times more. You're acting like though, when you come into this truth, you have 100 years, you have your whole lifetime to perfect holiness. Now, guess what? You don't have many years. The scripture said the time is short. It is even at the door. You don't know. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen 2 months from now. And you will end up like that servant that said, my Lord, the late is coming. Don't be like that servant. Work on cleansing your ways. Work on cleansing your ways. All right? Let's say you have this emotional spirit where you get all emotional. You don't want nobody to talk to you, act all proud. And then when you say, well, that's how I always was, and it can't change just like that. Guess what? If it can't change just like that, then, then we will change you. So you step aside, you go do the works by yourself, and the Lord will send somebody else to replace you. Because it have no place in this truth for pride and stubbornness. The scripture says stubbornness is as the sin of as idolatry. And if you don't put that out, the Lord will put you out. All right? The Lord will put you out. This is Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. We don't have many times. The night is fast spent and the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness. You might say, well, you know what? Well, I was a drunkard in the world. It would be hard to just pray it off, or I was a smoker, so then I can't just give up smoking like that. So now and then I might have to take a pull. So were you trying to tell the Lord that the Lord had to be satisfied with you sinning ever so often? This is what you're saying? Or a woman, she might say, well, you tell her that you have to cover your hair, and she'll like, you have to give me a while to adjust to covering my hair and wearing dresses, because I was not accustomed to that. I always like to look sexy, and I don't want to dress like no old woman. Guess what? The Lord not waiting for you to conform to him. Because in the day of trouble, you ain't gonna want him to wait to come and save you. You're gonna want him to come and save you now. And depends on your attitude now. That's how he gonna return. And that's how he gonna show you in that day. The scriptures, let me read that real quick. I wonder if it's Psalm 17. If it's not 17, is 18. All right, so in Psalms 18. Psalms 18 and 25. With the merciful thou will should I serve merciful. With an upright man will thou should I serve upright. With the pure thou will should I serve pure. And with the froward thou will should I serve pureward. And with the slack in conforming to his will, he will be slack in helping you. This is how the Lord will return to you. How you put out is what he will return. This is the final precept here. This is Psalms 106 and verse 3. It says, blessed are they that keep judgment, and he that doeth righteousness at all times. Not sometimes, at all times. So don't think that you could just do, the Lord's will when you feel like, if you feel like, and how much you feel like. You have to please the Lord that calls you out of darkness into this marvelous light. Seek to please him. Like a woman pleasing her husband. Because he's our husband. You got to seek to please the Lord. Alright? So with that, now I hope it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemi Shai. I want to give double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone that do rule well. Salutation to the men of the whole land, say elect. This is your brother Makazar from the Trend.com saying Shalom and stay strong. Shalom.